Hello, eighth graders. Welcome to your third and final week of commencement speech writing. Next week, we will be sharing our speeches, totally optional, and have some end-of-year ELA closure. This week, we're going to focus on polishing our speeches and
you'll practice reading them out loud.
How exciting! Before we dive into the actual recording of our speeches, it will be important for you to spend time closely polishing your speeches. We have provided a checklist for polishing them, much like the polishing checklist we gave you in the poetry unit.
We want to encourage you to read your speech out loud to someone at home or via Zoom to a friend, or just read it to yourself in the mirror. You might need to make further edits or revisions once you have read it out loud. One of our objectives for this week is that you will be able to identify areas for improving your speech and then strengthen your writing using the teacher supplied checklist or the feedback you receive from someone else.
We've been looking over some of your speeches and want to remind you that the most meaningful speeches will highlight your authentic middle school experience. Your time at SMS was interrupted due to an unprecedented event in history. You might ask yourself, if you were to look back at your speech 20 years from now, or if a historian found your speech as a snapshot of our time, how would they know this speech was from a Sharon Middle School 8th grade student in 2020?
our other objective this week is that you will be able to identify effective speaking strategies and model these practices in your own speech by recording it. You can choose to record yourself in video or audio and upload the recording all using Schoology. There is a quick video of how to do this posted in Schoology to help you with this part of the assignment.
Let's talk a little bit about ways to strengthen your speeches. Why don't we start with transitions? We know we haven't gone over those too much this year. Pro tip, your speech will be easier to read and more interesting for your audience if you use a variety of words and phrases that will help to smoothly transition your writing from one idea to the next.
Check out Schoology for a resource of possible words and phrases to use for transitioning your ideas throughout your speech. Another thing to consider to help your speech flow is your word choice. Read through and check that you are using sophisticated language and synonyms to avoid repetition.
Yes, using sensory language can really bring your speech to life by allowing your audience to interact with your speech through taste, smell, sight, touch, and sound. And another way to strengthen your speech is making sure that you are using strong language.
Equally important, so that you will be able to read your speech smoothly, is your capitalization and punctuation. When you put in punctuation, it automatically makes you pause in your reading. If it is in the wrong place or missing altogether, it will be hard to read.
Also, if you're gonna write about specific memories from your time at Sharon Middle School, be sure to pick one or two of the memories from your brainstorming list, the ones that are most interesting and most relatable for the majority of your audience. Focus on these memories by sharing specific details and connecting them back to your overall theme.
Exactly. You don't want your speech to read like a list of memories. Instead, use these memories to help you deliver the theme of your speech to the audience.
Now, the second part of your assignment this week is to record yourself reciting your speech. We have posted a link to the website that has famous speeches from throughout history. We recommend that you watch at least one and take note of the various speaking techniques the speakers use.
When it comes time, you may record yourself using video and audio, or just audio if you're more comfortable with that. The good thing is that you can record it as many times as you want. That way, you can ensure that you end up with your best work as a final product.
But don't worry, we mess up every single time we record, and we have to re-record sections or sometimes the whole thing. We don't expect perfection.
Schoology has a feature to either video or audio record, which will make it simple for you to complete this part of the assignment. However, if you are familiar with editing software like iMovie and want to be more creative with your final product, you should feel free to do so.
This week, all of our ELA office hours will be to help you with your editing and revision. Come by and read your speech out loud to us and get some feedback to strengthen it.
We're excited to see your final speeches.
Good luck.
Good luck.